Hello and welcome to the Icaran Sector, and welcome to the intro video to a series I'm calling The Games. So Tokyo is kind of under lockdown again, so I'm playing some Solohammer, but I thought I would have some fun and have a bit of a twist and a play. So welcome to The Games. Basically, Tzeentch has got a little bit bored. So what he's decided to do is hold some games. So he's picked up 4 small bundles of 4 different Xenos races and thrust them together on this little pocket of reality that he's chosen. So this dead world here is what everybody was fighting over. So there is round 1 and 2, and then they'll move on to the winners of those 2 will move on to the finals, and then we'll have a spanner final round for the 2 that didn't make it. So basically this map will be the same map for all 4 games. However, we're playing them as open war. I've already drawn the cards, we'll go through those in a second. So yeah, Tzeentch is here to see who will be his champions. Not that he really cares, I don't think, but he just wants to have a bit of fun. So with that, there's a few extra twists that I've decided to add in. One of the twists obviously is that the map stays the same for all 4 games. However, the deployment zones, the missions will change, so we'll see how that plays out. And the other one is command points. I've decided at the beginning of the game, each army will get D3 command points, and each command phase will get D3 command points. So this could be a hugely command point intensive game, or nobody could get anything, and it's all the dice rolls and the will of Tzeentch. So what we'll do now is we'll go look at the structure a bit more. So we've put together the games themselves. So I've already drawn the cards. I started drawing with the final, and then round 1, round 2, and then the spanner got what was left, and it's worked out pretty well. So round 1, the 2 armies will be playing take and hold. So the players roll off, place the objectives, and then from the second round in the command phase, they score 1 point for every objective they hold. However, interesting deployment, and the aura range is down to 2 inches for all of these, and there's a few auras that are kicking around, so that could be interesting. Round 2, so we have objective drop. So 1 objective in the middle, it can be moved 2d6 inches after a roll off each turn. Then from round 3, we score a point for holding it, 2 points at the end, and then the one with the most points, the winner. And we've got interesting deployment for that. And the maximum range of all shooting is and psychic is only 18 inches. So there's a couple of psychers coming up, but that comes that in a second. And this here will help me decide who goes where. The spanner final, we have Domination. So you score a point for destroying more than the other side, and 1 point for holding more objectives at the end of each battle round. That could be interesting. This is the deployment, and this one I couldn't have asked for better. Rage. So +1 to attacks characteristics. So both armies are hugely disappointed to be in battling for 3rd and 4th, and so it's made them full of rage. And then for the final, we're battling for the prize. So there's 1 objective again in the middle. You pick up and hold, and then you move it, and then the winner is the person who holds it at the end, or who is closest to it. That's the interesting one. And they're happy to win, they're invigorated, so they get +1 to the move characteristics and +1 to advance and charge. So we'll have to see who gets to the final and who gets the spanner round. So what I'll do now is we'll go look at the first of 2 new armies to the channel for this series. I finally got my Necrons in a place where some of them are playable. So Tzeentch has decided to just pick up random pockets of each army and drop them in together. So this is a very shooty Necron army, and I brought the Canoptic Reanimator, which I understand is not particularly good, but let's see how he does in these games. So we've got 12 with the Ghost Flayer and 11 with the Ghost Reaper, and the Warlord traits and everything will not change throughout the battle. although like I said, they only get 2 games each. So the Warlord is the Royal Warden. New to Necrons. So we're running as Sautek, which gives us Relentless Advance. So morale tests, we can re-roll the test. And instead of firing normal rules for rapid fire, we can double shot with these guys and him. No, that's got a random atomizer beam or something, right? At 18 inches. So getting close to these guys, you're going to get shot at. And these weapons are not rapid fire anymore, these are Assault 2. But 12 inches, still Strength 5, AP -1. So that's going to be interesting. And then we've got just a little bunch of Scarab Swarms for objective take-in, backfield marking, deep strike denial, if that's going to be a thing. And that is the Necrons. The next army, returning once again, I love these guys, the Drukhari, probably the favourites to win this game. So I'm bringing mostly the Incubi Cult today, but we are still running as Cult of the Cursed Blade, so +1 strength. Everything has that can take combat drugs has for ease Grave Lotus, so they're all strength 5 plus whatever the weapons give them. And she has Hydra Gauntlets and Precision Blows is a Warlord trait, and Helm of Spike for the Relic. So Relics are Warlord traits, so he has the Warlord trait Immortal Pride, so he gives, he's got a 5-up Feel No Pain and an aura where, depending on the game type, 6 inches, where, so Contrition and who never have been modified, so it'll only ever lose on 1s, which is something. And his relic, Nanoscarab Casket, so living metal gives him 2 wounds back, so hopefully he'll be nice and survivey. The Helm of Spike, so she can deny a psychic each time. In the troops choices, we've got 5 witches with Agonizer and Blast Pistol, 10 witches with Agonizer, Splinter Pistol, Shadnet Impaler, Razor Flails, 5 Incubi as always, 5 Hellions, see if they do anything with the Stun Claw, and then a Venom with Chain Snares and 2 Splinter Cannons. That's the 500 points of witches. And we have 500 points of Orcs. Again, this time led by the Weird Boy. He has Cunning but Brutal. So at the start of the battle round, before turn 1, I can roll D3 and pick up that amount of units and redeploy them. So that could be interesting. And he has Super Cyborg Body, so he's got a 5-up Feel No Pain. And his psychic powers are to Jump and Smite. And then we have Gretchen, who saved his ass on the game before, so he's brought them along. Shooter Boys with Slugger Chopper as the knob and a big shooter. Slugger Chopper Boys with Power Claw on the knob, and there's a bunch of those guys. And then knobs, the boss knob has Combi Scorcher. There's 2 Power Claws, Kill Saws, and 2 big choppers in there. So that's the 500 points of Orcs. Huge amount of bodies compared to the other ones, but let's see how they do. And then, finally, for the first time on the channel, welcome 500 points of Tyranids. These are a custom Hive Fleet, these are Hive Fleet Morph, and their traits are Hypermetabolic Acceleration, so they can reroll advanced charges, which is good because these can all advance and charge. And they're Shrewd Predators, so when a model with this ability makes a consolidation move, if there are not any models within 3 inches, I can move in any direction that I like. And we're led today by a Broodlord with Warlord trait Killer Instinct, so at the beginning of the battle, I can pick a unit and then I can re-roll all hit rolls for attacks against that unit and anything with the same keyword. So if I choose Witches, I get both the 5 men. If I choose the Warriors, I think I get both the Warriors, etc. And of course he's got the Resonance Barb as the relic, so he can cast 2 psychic powers and add 1 to the total. And he's got Catalyst and Smite, so he can pass out a 5+ Feel No Pain. There are 6 Gene Stealers and 9 Gene Stealers. And the 9 Gene Stealers have toxin sacks. So 6s, wound rolls of 6s cause 1 additional damage. So that can be damage 2, especially some things that bound to armor, which could be quite useful. And then there is the Morlock in the heavy support, and he can do his special burrow move. If he does that, then he pops out and does mortal wounds that can't charge. And he also has toxin sacks as well, and he gets 1 attack with his jaw and 1 extra attack with his tail, and then he's got scything talons which can reroll his rolls of 1. I probably should have built him as the Trigon, but he looks cool like that. So this is the armies. So Tzeentch is at play again. So we're going to choose who gets to spin this first to see which side they land on. So we'll take 1 dice from each. And we will roll. Whoever gets the highest can spin first. Alright, so between the Tyranids and the Necrons. Oh, the Tyranids can spin first. And the Tyranids will be in round 2. Alright, who gets the second spin? The Necrons get the second spin. Oh! And we don't need to spin anymore. So the final overview, thank you for watching along with this video. So round 1 will be Drukhari versus Orcs. Well, round 2 will be Tyranids versus Necrons. And we will see who moves up to the Spanner final and the final. Hello, Andrew from the future here, just jumping in. I did a stupid. I deleted all of the video footage from the very first game. So I am, yeah. So there'll actually only be a 3-game series and not a 4-game series. First game, spoilers, Orcs versus Drukhari. The Orcs took it. I think it was 7 points to 6 in the end. So the Orcs moved forward to the final and the Drukhari moved forward to the Spanner final. And it was a really good game as well. And I'd finished all the editing and then I deleted the wrong stuff. I'll also quickly repeat this into the introduction to game 2. So the very next game you see will actually be round 2 rather than round 1. Anyway, back to the introduction video. So just to wrap this up, I will keep referring back to this video during the deployment for the other things. We'll make the other videos a bit smoother. We don't need to go through the armies. And we will go on to game 1, which should follow this video fairly quickly. But please do like and subscribe, especially if you want to see the outcome of the games, see who Tzeentch favours, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon.